That's uh, guys. I'm telling them something. Guys, Sarvanan sir also is joining now as panelist. So Praveen, at the end, during Q&As, you can announce that Sarvanan sir from HOPM team is with me here to take
No,
over
I
the.
don't think so, guys.
No, he's joining now. I'm saying I've sent him the link, panelist link. Yeah, he's here. Hi, Sarvanan sir, how are you?
Hi, hi.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining early. We are waiting for more people to join and we'll get started very, very soon. So welcome once again. Thank you so much for joining in early. We have received a lot of people's request to join, and we're waiting for a couple of more minutes for having everyone on board with us. So please bear with me for another couple of minutes, and then we'll get started. Thank you. All right. A very good afternoon to everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Priyesh Sethi, and I'll be your host for this exciting session where we are going to introduce TallyPrime Cloud Access, a game changing solution tailored for businesses in the UAE. Before we dive in, let's take a moment to ensure that we are settled in comfortably. And if at any point during this webinar, if you have any question, please feel free to drop them in the Q&A section. We will address them towards the end of the session. As you know, Tally has been at the forefront of empowering businesses with simplified and robust business management software for decades. Today, we are here to take that mission a step further with Tally Prime Cloud Access. In a region like UAE, where agility and innovation are key to staying competitive, we have listened to the needs of SMEs, and the result, a secure and reliable way to access your Tally Prime anytime, anywhere. Over the next 40-45 minutes, we will cover what is it for you in today's webinar. So first of all, what TallyPrime Cloud Access is and why it's a perfect solution for your business. Key benefits, including real-time collaboration and enhanced accessibility and security. And lastly, we will also see demo of how to get started with TallyPrime Cloud Access. And at end, we will have some Q&A. And for that, I already requested you to please put your questions in the Q&A section. We would also like to take this moment to thank our Tally partners who have helped make this Tally Prime Cloud Access a reality for SMEs and for the businesses in the UAE, and who will further strive along with us to ensure that you get the best experience delivered through them. Also, stay tuned till the end because we have an exclusive offer for the attendees of this webinar today. So without further ado, let's get started. And I would like to invite Nandaraj Shetty, Deputy General Manager UAE, to take on from here. Over to you, Nandaraj.
Good afternoon, everyone. Probably can switch the slide. The small and medium business face unique challenges, including limited resources, competition with the larger enterprises, and need for agility. Now, adapting cloud technology for business accounting addresses these challenges and provides significant advantages by uninterrupted access to the business data. Now, over the years, the technology has evolved at a rapid pace, allowing us to get more and more connected to each other and all that's happening around us. The same has become true for the businesses too. It is no longer limited for our shops or offices, no matter where we are, whatever time it is. Staying connected with our business and its various aspects has not only become possible, but important too. Now, the evolution of cloud technology has transitioned from basic time sharing systems to highly sophisticated platforms that underpin modern businesses, enabling innovations, scalability, and global connectivity. The Amazon has set standards by launching its AWS infrastructure in 2006, and later Azure, Google, and Alibaba all came into the race. Since then, the cloud service has become more economical. Now, the business landscape for cloud computing has evolved from static, localized system to dynamic, uninterrupted platforms that enable automations, collaborations, and real-time decision making. Now, this transformation continues to empower businesses of all sizes to streamline financial platforms, all the operations, the reduce cost, and adapt to the ever-changing economic environment. Praveen, just switch. Now, why TallyPrime Cloud Access? Since most of you using Tally, the core pillar which Tally built on is reliability, simplicity, and scalability. Now, to make it more reliable, we have given, or let's say, this access has come with a world-class platform, which will allow, or let's say, which will make sure the entire process, which is highly reliable. And to make it more compatible, we made sure the data center which is available in the UAE. As of now, we may not have the statutory obligations, but however, in case, let's say in future, the statutory obligation comes up saying that, let's say, the data has to be locally hosted. So we are ready from the day one. So the data center is 100%, which is in UAE, and it's just available for 24/7. It's all the access. And the one user cost per month is 63 dirhams starting with. Now, to make it more uh, flawless usage, or let's say seamless usage, we introduce the concept of dedicated virtual machine. With this, you will be having uninterrupted access across. And the most important for all of us is our business data. Uh, Today, you are owning your data. However, the same concept we brought in the Tally Prime Cloud Access as well, wherever in case today you are on to cloud access, let's tomorrow you decided to go back to the premises access. So it's a very simple step wherein you can just download your data and you can go and let's say restore into your local system. That's how it works. Now with all this availability, we wanted to make your entire journey safe and secure with the collaborative working environment. So thank you, Priyesh. We can move on to Praveen.
Thank you, Mr. Nandraj, for taking us through some of the very important key requirements as to why TallyPrime Cloud Access and why the users have the benefits when it comes to using cloud with the help of Tally. So I'm sure definitely most of the users are very excited to look into the solution. So let us take a look as to how we can start with the setting up of TallyPrime Cloud Access in our systems. So let's say I'll go to the browser, which many of your users already have installed Tally. That's what we believe in. So let's say I go to the website that is tallysolutions.com. So I'll go to the website, TallyPrime Business Software here. So once I click on this, it will take me to the Tally Solutions page. So right at the top, I have to do something called login. So I will use the credentials of my registered license and password. I'll click on login here. So then it will take me to my customer portal. So here you will start seeing the latest option, that is the new option related to TallyPrime AWS in the left corner where my cursor is there. So once you click on that, you will start seeing the option to get started with TallyPrime AWS. So right here, you can input some of the basic information like what is the email ID that you would like to configure as a main user or as an admin user. You'll also have to mention compulsorily the organization name to get started with it and choose the relevant partner that you're currently associated with. So also just ensure that you enter the email ID in a very accurate format, even the caps lock or small matters. So then you can simply submit here. So once you submit, the registration for AWS for your TallyPrime is done. So immediately after the submission of this particular form, you'll get an email, which you can see as in the screen, that has your registered email ID along with the tally.net password and a very secure PIN here, which is very limited and it is different for every single users. So once you click on this self-service portal, it will take you through the browser where you will start plugging in the secure PIN and your registered email ID and password. So this is how every user can get started with TallyPrime Cloud Access. So as you can see here, so once you land to this particular page, what we call as the secure page, right? So here the user have the options to whether opt in two different choices. So let us see what are the choices that the users have been offered by us. So as I mentioned, there are two ways. One is you can quickly open any browser, plug in the credentials and access TallyPrime. So now the importance of this particular capabilities, many a times what happens is, let's say a business who has multiple branches, multiple outlets spread across Emirates, right? So since due to the affordability and the economic prices in Sharjah, let's say a business creates a warehouse in Sharjah, while the main head office is in Abu Dhabi, where all the accounting transactions, all the operations of the business are accounted. So in this case, when the inventory department in Sharjah gets an order, right? So they do not have to wait for the information to get transferred to the head office and get in touch with them manually, which creates a lot of hassle. With the help of TallyPrime Cloud Access, now all of this happens simultaneously and real time. So once the user plugs in the request for certain products, immediately in a real time scenario, the data gets transferred to Abu Dhabi where they can approve right away. So this enables the business to operate in a very connected environment in a very seamless manner. So let us take a look at how you can get started with TallyPrime Cloud Access on your browser. So let us get into this self-service portal. So once I click on start the current service here, automatically you'll start seeing your entire information, tally, everything gets registered automatically within a couple of seconds. And once it says running here, I'll click on connect. So then your browser tries to connect with a dedicated virtual machine that is allotted for you specifically. So as usual, you'll open the TallyPrime icon here and you'll start picking up your company's data and start operating on it. It's as simple as this, right? So within a couple of minutes, the users can register for the very first time, and logging into it every single day once it becomes very smooth. So this way, businesses can now take a charge in terms of having a very connected environment wherein the business information transactions flows seamlessly across the landscape. Next is we also have another alternative wherein the users prefer to have a local app installed for their virtual machine access. So in this case, let us take a look how you can set that as well within a couple of minutes. So let's say I'll again go to the self-service portal that helps me to connect either remotely to the browser access, or it can also allow you to download the application to access locally. So let's say I'll click at the left bottom. I see something called download client. I'll click on download client. This allows the users to download a full-time installer or an online installer. Depending upon your internet connectivity, you can choose the respective installer. So here I've selected a full installer, which is around 140 MB approx. So once this downloads, I'll open the application to install it. I'll click on the agreement of terms and conditions and I'll click on install. So immediately a client application will be installed in my system, which will allow me to connect with my cloud access. So I'll click on start application and I'll enter the same credential which I would have received in my email, that is registered email ID, password, and the secured PIN, and I'll click on login. So immediately you'll start accessing your virtual machine, your cloud users, and start accessing the TallyPrime application. So as you can see, TallyPrime is available here. You can continue using. So this way, TallyPrime not only limits you for browser access, but also if you are someone who prefers to have a client application installed and don't want to navigate and open a browser every single time, this is a better option for you. So now what I have mentioned a couple of times, what is self-service portal, right? What does this allow you to? So apart from having the capability and the flexibility to use your business data widely in a very connected environment in a real-time scenario, self-service portal also focuses to extend your power in terms of managing the users, in terms of restricting the access, and also gives you an advantage as to how you can schedule a automatic backup, restart the system, shut down the system, and also limit the users. So once you log into the self-service portal, so right here, the admin has multiple options. One is I can schedule the restart timing for my virtual machine. I can also schedule the time for shutdown, wherein automatically the entire system is backed up by TallyPrime Cloud Access. And here I also have the benefit of limiting my users from accessing a complete data, right? To protect the sanctity, to protect the secure data environment, TallyPrime Cloud Access also enables you to manage the user level options where every single level is encrypted. So looking at the security, which is one of the most important aspect of any cloud service, right? So right here you can see a two-factor authentication at every single level given, wherein every single user, apart from a normal email ID and a password, has a dedicated secure PIN that is utilized every single time they access. In addition to this, TallyPrime Cloud Access also allows the users to share data that flows between their local system to their virtual machines. Wherein, even in this situation, whatever the data backup is done, whatever the files that flows between a local system to the cloud access system, every single file and the data is securely encrypted so that whatever the data backup is taken, whatever the data that is put up on the virtual machine, the users or the rest of the client users do not access it unless you would like to give the permission. So this way, you can easily trust that the entire cloud system has a world-class security with zero downtime almost, which gives you a much better cloud experience. So many of you might be wondering, like, how do I get started for the TallyPrime Cloud Access? So yes, one of the most and very basic requirement is that
Same ಅದು
it is
ERP ನಲ್ಲಿ
very
ಏನ್ category
it is very important for you to have your latest TallyPrime version, which is not less than TallyPrime Release 5.0 installed in your systems. So with this, I think we can take up the Q&A. So I request all of you to type your questions in the chat box, or you can simply unmute yourself and ask as well.
So I see there are a lot of questions on the Q&A, and I request Nandaraj, Abhimanyu, my colleagues, and Shankar to please join. Shankar, maybe you can help us with these questions one by one. So let me make it easier for all of you. The first question we have received from Akbar Muhammad. Is this only for accessible in UAE or other parts of the world?
Yeah. So this can be accessed from anywhere. That is what we are calling a site as a cloud access. Anywhere from anytime you can access it. Data server is hosted in UAE, but access can be done from anywhere in the world.
Yes. So one thing which is important to note here is if by any chance your geographical the law of the land states that you need to ensure the data to be hosted within your local boundaries. I think that's an important thing to consider. Otherwise, as per the UAE regulations, there's no strict boundaries at the minute, and people in UAE can very well enjoy this benefit, of course. In fact, they should prefer hosting it locally than hosting it anywhere to be future ready as well. I hope we have answered your question, Akbar. And next question is from Rohit Singh. Is Tally now compatible for Mac users? In a way, just to give a short answer, I think, Rohit, it's a good news for everyone, especially for the Mac users, that now Tally has a cloud access, which means it allows you to access Tally from browser or from a local application, which means that, yes, you can access it from any platform, not just Mac. Shankar, Sarvanan, I welcome you if you want to add up to further.
Yeah, Shankar, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, it is the users can access through browser as we have a one more mode of access. Customers can use through Mac. We are supporting Chrome, Firefox also, such that they can use it.
Yeah. Chrome, Safari, all this browser, it is accessible. So Mac users anyway, they can access via browsers to continue to use Tally.
Perfect. The next question is about how does multi-user license work? If it is about multi-user license per se, it's as simple as the name states. There's no limit on the number of users theoretically, I think the question is more from the perspective of cloud implementation. So I think if Saravanan, you can take this up.
Yeah. So we have numerous plans. We have a plan from 1 user, 2 user, 4 user, like that. We have many users plan. So for example, you are buying a 4 user plan. So data is commonly accessed and the license will be shared across the user. So when you are buying a 16 user plan, then the TVU is applicable. So 10 TVU is free and additional 6 user you have to buy a TVU, and all 16 users can concurrently access the data.
Perfect. Just to add to what Saravanan mentioned, in this case where you're adding more users than one, you would require a TallyPrime multi-user license, of course, to be hosted on the server. How many users can log in at the same time? It totally depends on the plan that you subscribe for. Like as a case of a TallyPrime on-premises, where a multi-user license can support any number of users within the same LAN environment. It's not the same in terms of cloud. Of course, you need to take a plan that suits you. If you have 8 users, you may want to go for 8 user plan. If you have 12 users, you may want to go for a 12 user plan, and it will support you. You can definitely go through our website, tallysolutions.com, and on our homepage itself, tallysolutions.com/Meena, and on the homepage itself, there is a ticker which will take you to the landing page of cloud. You can definitely check out what are the different plans available. If you have a Tally partner, you can get in touch with them, or you can also contact us at 800 Tally, which is 800-82559. We'll leave those details in the chat for you to refer to. And you can always discuss more in detail as per your business requirement. Anybody wants to add anything, please feel free.
I think I have covered well. Yeah.
Thank you. Next, we have a question from Mohammed Riaz. Now we can directly access this or need to buy any space package? Very, very good question, Riaz. Saravanan, would you like to take this?
Space package mean okay. I did not understand this question fully. Can you?
Storage. So I think they are talking about a storage space.
Yeah. So now when you are buying a virtual computer, when we are buying any pack, by default there are some storages coming. So you have a dedicated primary storage, that is like your computer hard disk. Along with that, you are also getting a backup storage. For example, when you are buying a 4 user pack, then you will have a by default 10 GB as a primary storage where you can store your Tally related files and folder. Additional 10 GB is given as a backup storage. So what will happen is whenever the machine is get started, first in the morning, we are taking automatic backup and keeping in the backup storage. So user don't have to really worry about the backup. So that is also automatically taken care. So they don't have to really worry about the storage space. If they wanted to buy a additional storage, that flexibility also will be available.
That's right. So just to further add, the whole reason why we've introduced these packages is to add that flexibility so that as a user, you can opt for considering the number of users and considering the usage that you have in terms of the storage, and you can actually opt for a package that suits your requirement. But just to make sure that SMEs can afford this solution at very, very affordable price is what we are trying to solve for you. And that is how you can see that storage is already included in the packages. We are using TallyPrime Gold, so is it possible to use cloud service? See, very much possible. Only thing is you need to opt for it. You can go to the landing page and explore the different plans or get in touch with the partner to explore the different plans that are available, because Cloud Access is a paid subscription that you are opting for. It starts from as low as 63 dirhams per user per month, and you can of course check out what kind of package will make sense for you. So definitely it will, and if you're a TallyPrime Gold user, which is a multi-user license, you can actually go for multi-users on cloud as well. I hope I've answered your question, Chandimal. There are more questions. I'll just keep going through. How about local printers while using the Tally virtual application? Sarvanan, would you like to take this?
Yeah. So when you access through client, like Praveen have shown that you can access via client app, right? When you access via client app, automatically whatever the printer is configured on the local system, it will automatically list in the on the client app. So it is like the way you are accessing on the local system, it is same method. Just go to print and the printer will list automatically. You can select the print and the print will appear.
Perfect. I think we've answered your question, Shaw. The next question is from Mr. Ranjit. How to load TCP files? For those who don't understand this abbreviation TCP, I think Ranjit is referring to the customizations that have been done on top of the TallyPrime software. Would you like to answer this, Sarvanan or Shankar? Anybody?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead,
Sorry.
go ahead.
You want to go ahead?
Go ahead,
Gigi?
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it is simple. You can upload the files. There is an option available in the solution where you can upload the file, and then once the file is uploaded, you can point it to the path, and you can start using the TCP. You want to add
Ranjit,
anything, Gigi, here? Yeah, sorry.
I think it is same like our local process. We'll have to just upload the TCP file and configure it.
yeah.
Simple.
Just to make it simple, Ranjit, I think your question is it doable? So yes, it is doable. And is it simple for anyone to do it, or you need any assistance? So both are correct. So if you can do it yourself, you can definitely do it yourself. If you need any help, of course, Tally's team, Tally's partners are always there to guide you. How to transfer the existing company data?
Okay, maybe this and all will be part of the help file it is covered. Mostly it is a simple, there is an application or option is available to upload and download the data. On clicking on that option, you can upload your zip file and there you can extract.
Just to upload,
Yes.
you have to use the compression. You have to compress the data, and then you have to just upload.
Yeah.
I think for questions where you have not got an answer today in today's webinar, you can also join us on the next webinar, which is scheduled on 18th of January. You can go back to the same place where you registered for today's webinar on our website under webinar section, where on 18th, we will go in little bit more detail and cover these points. If you want to see how to transfer the existing company data, if you want to see how to add any TCP file, so we'll take you through those details as well in the next webinar. The next question is Tally now compatible?
1 minute.
I think we've already covered it.
Sorry, Priyesh. We can also share that YouTube videos. They can also see so all these are covered in that YouTube videos.
Perfect. Hope we can transfer current existing license, single or multi on cloud. Huda's question, brilliant question. I think if you know the philosophy of Tally, I think this question will not exist. We totally do not believe in charging you more. If you already have a license, congratulations, you are a beneficiary. You can just go take a cloud access solution based on your requirements, and definitely we can get your existing license hosted. You don't need to spend once again on the license. Does backup happens locally or in virtual machine? This is Chaw's question once again.
It is on the separate service and not on the virtual computer. The entire virtual computer data is taken the backup and it is stored on the different service where you can go and access using your username and password.
The next question, but all shortcuts are for Windows compatible, not Mac user friendly. This is question from Rohit. I think Rohit, just to answer you, I think TallyPrime, for that matter, has been designed in such a brilliant way now that people, the whole idea of bringing in GoTo And such simple navigation system in TallyPrime was to make sure that the life of a person becomes easier and you're not limited with shortcuts anymore. With your TallyPrime on being on cloud now, you are getting that access on Mac, and with features like GoTo, I think it's brilliantly solved that you don't need any shortcuts anymore. If you still need any help, we can definitely look into this further. You can get in touch with our partners and we'll see how we can make life easier for you. The next question is print export to local computer. Is that possible? I think this we have already covered. Is it mandate to renew TSS to access the cloud? Not at all. Again, going back to the philosophy of Tally, if our service is of no value to you, your money is of no value to us. And having said that, I think TSS has got, of course, their own set of benefits, and TSS has not been a mandate to any customer so far, and it will stay the same way. The cloud is a totally different environment we are introducing today, and it comes with a subscription cost, of course, but it doesn't enforce any kind of renewals of TSS at the same time.
Would just like to add here
Yes, please.
that although TSS is not mandate, being on a release which is the latest release of TallyPrime 5.0 is one of the prerequisites. So
Yes.
we'll just have to make sure that we are on TallyPrime 5.0 and above in order to use this Tally Cloud Access feature.
Yes. Thank you, Abhimanyu, for adding this point. Next question is anonymous. Once we move to cloud, do we still have local machine access? In case of low data connectivity, can we still work on local machine? Sarvanan, Shankar, any of you?
No, once we move to the cloud, the entire setup will be moved to the cloud. So there will not be any hybrid capability. You have to work from the cloud itself. So one of the prerequisites is the internet bandwidth compatible for this is at least 10 Mbps speed. That should be there, such that you will get a great experience. I hope that answers the
Yes.
question. Yeah.
Yes, I think, and more importantly, I think if you're worried about the experience which comes on cloud and the experience that you get on premises, I think you must give it a try, and you'll be surprised by the experience that Tally has to offer you with TallyPrime Cloud Access. You might not even want to come back. So totally your call after that. Next question is from Jatin. Does data work in hybrid mode, cloud and local, or it can reside only in one place? I think we've already covered this question. So moving on to the next one. Like in multi-user, what kind of virtual machine we would get it?
Details are given in the plans.
So I think, Chaw, if you would love to go to our website once and go to the landing page of for cloud, we can share the URL on the chat with all of you. Just visit it, and in each plan, we have given the details that you are seeking right now. What if virtual machines is not capable to handle the load of multi-user license where multi-users are working in cloud? Sarvanan, would you want to answer this question?
Yeah. So it is based on your data. So for example, if you have a normal company where you have a limited data, and we have tested with the different data size, different bandwidth, and it is in multi-user, it is working seamlessly. So what we suggest is before even going for a cloud, just you talk to your partner and say assess your data. Based on that, you get recommended, because when we are talking about the number of users, when we say 4 user, it is actually we are providing a 8 GB machine, right? So in the 8 GB machine, how many users can concurrently access all this information? Just you can talk to our partner. Based on that, you can decide your system. So though we say it is our packs name we are talking about, it is a personal pack, regular pack, and regular plus. These are all it is about the infra what we are offering it. It is a 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB, 32 GB machines we are offering it. You can choose the machine based on your requirement, based on your Tally data, which will definitely give a better performance.
Thank you, Sarvanan, for addressing this. Next question is from Mr. Rajaram. What is backup plan, auto backup, and where does backup get stored?
Backup is taken on every day whenever your machine gets started. It is taking the entire data on your virtual computer. Whatever the data is there, everything is taken backup and it is stored on the different service, right? To access that particular backup, you have to log into self-service portal via manage backup. You can go and download it, which is a password protected backup file, which you can download and access it.
Next question is from Mr. Ibrahim. If we have a single user license, then can we enroll for 2-user plan for cloud access? Seven.
Yeah, it is a 2-user. Currently, we are allowing it. So, but license cannot be shared. It is data will be shared within by 2 users. But it is a licenses to access parallelly, concurrently. You need to have a 2 silver license to access the common data. Otherwise, only one user only will get an active license. Other user will be in educational mode.
So at any given point in time, only one user can access.
Yeah.
Next question is, can I browse different data folder to access companies from different folder? I mean, select from drive will work. I'm not pretty clear about the question. If it does it mean that can I work on different companies, because typically data is stored in different folders. I hope that's a question. If we can work on multiple datas.
Even that is what my understanding. If it is a multiple data means, yes, you can create any number of data, any number of folders. You can keep your data and access it. We also have something called selective folder sharing. In case of multi-user, right? There are 4 users we have, and we wanted to give access to 4 different companies. Each user do not see, don't have to see the other companies. Mean that restriction also you can configure it so that branch A user cannot see the branch B. Branch B user cannot see the branch A. Such configuration also it is possible.
Thank you, Sarvanan. Next question is from Ruby. Can the users easily download the exported reports and vouchers to their local PCs? Also, since it's a virtual machine, will the printers installed in local PC automatically connected to the VM and can print the vouchers directly? So the second half of the question we've already answered, and I think the first half is also possible. Sarvanan, if you want to elaborate more.
So the exported file will be within the virtual computer, which you can easily download via upload and download option. You can download and you can print it. Otherwise, you can directly print. The printer will be automatically listed and you can print it.
Thank you. The next question is, how do we scale up the performance of virtual server, RAM, processor, the capacity? I think, Chaw, this is where the different plans come into picture. Of course, from the very basic to the pro plans, you can get to see the details. And with the increased number of users, we are anyways increasing the performance of the virtual server. And that's the way forward to it. Any addition to it, Sarvanan, please feel free to add.
I think that's all. Yeah.
Next question is from Manish. Does cloud access work through remote desktop connection or any separate authentication required to log in?
Okay.
Did you want to take it?
You can go ahead, Shankar.
Yeah. Yes, there is a separate streaming application designed by us that requires that will be as part of the installer, and even it is in the browser that can be used, not from the RDP, which is Windows RDP. It is a separate authentication streaming application which will be streaming the VM. Hope that answers the question. Or do you want to add anything, Gigi, here? This?
Correct. So basically, we are using AWS native tool called Nice DCV. Using that, we are connecting to the virtual computer. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, next question is, what if my AWS virtual assistant crashes for some reason? How do I get my data back? Is AWS taking backup of all single user instances and multi-user instances? Over to you guys, please. Shankar?
Yeah, if AWS virtual machine crashes, there is a there is an option of restarting the virtual machine where the system restarts and the backup and other things also will be shown or will be taken up.
Sorry. Yeah, I was talking on mute. So here the architecture what we are keeping is your computer is different and the storage is different, right? So if something happened to your computer, simple restart would solve the problem. So your data will not get impacted. Data is there separately. As soon as what do you say? Whenever the computer started, your backup is automatically taken, which can be restored. So there is no chance of system crashing because mostly we are using it as a Linux based operating system what we are using it, and data is AWS EBS what we are using.
Thank you for answering that one. Will there be any issue in check printing settings? I think all the features are working the way they're supposed to in a desktop environment, in a on-premises environment. This is something that we've already addressed. Do we get a trial version of Cloud Access before we start using it? That's a brilliant question. So I think if you remember in the beginning of the session, I made this announcement for people to please stay till the end. And we have an important announcement to make. So yes, all the attendees of this session, our team is happy to extend a 3-day trial of Cloud Access to all of you. All you need to do is please respond to the mail that you receive after this, and we'll get in touch with you. Does it give static IP? This is for integration for the different platforms. Sarvanan or Shankar, please.
No, it is not a static IP address. It is a dynamic IP address what we have. For our integrations, the local system, if it is a static IP address, using that we can do an integration. We don't have to really have our VM in a static IP address.
Question is about adding additional storage for their document management system. Is that possible?
Additional storage for. So what we need to understand this more. What is document management system? What they wanted to do?
As far as my understanding is, if it is an add-on that you're using on TallyPrime, which requires more capacity and requires more storage, you may want to accordingly plan for a subscription which is suitable for you. And that is why I think it is very, very important for you to have a discussion with the partner, explain him your business requirements, and then he will be the right person to guide you. So please feel free to get in touch with your partner. If you're not aligned with a partner or you're currently not using TallyPrime, please get in touch with our team and we'll help you. In an on-premises network, the server connects to the company for web users to access Tally web reports. How does this work when Tally is hosted on cloud? Sarvanan or Shankar?
Yeah, this feature will continue to work because either you keep it on the local system or on the cloud. It is simply we're connecting to our connected service. Your web reports will be accessing via connected service. This will continue to work.
Okay. Is it mandate to renew TSS to access the cloud? We've already answered this. It's not a mandate. However, as my colleague Abhimanyu mentioned, for you to enjoy the benefits of cloud access, you must have TallyPrime 5.0 or the latest release 5.1. That's the minimum requirement you have. And of course, the 10 Mbps is the minimum speed that will give you the kind of experience we would want you to enjoy. So that's all you need. If your TSS is not valid and if you're not using TallyPrime latest release, yes, you need to go renew your TSS, move to the latest release, and then you can enjoy the benefit. How do I stop my cloud access if I'm not using it? Great question once again.
Is it about, see, on this is, I can answer it in two ways. Suppose you are talking about once you are morning you started the machine and later on the day if you wanted to stop, there is an option called shut down the computer. As soon as you shut down the computer, the machine will get stopped. So this is part number one. Suppose you don't want to continue the cloud access, you wanted to move out to local Tally, then you can surrender this license and go back to local Tally. Priyesh. In
Yeah,
that
thank
is
you.
the context, right? I think what I answered is
Yes,
correct,
yes,
right?
I think that's the right one. In case you have not, then please feel free to add in the question section again. Next question is an interesting one. We have multiple companies on a single multi-user license. Do all the companies we have to move on cloud, or can we be selective? You can be selective, of course, if you're not willing to put all the data on cloud and you just want to continue to work on limited companies, then you can. However, it's totally Sarvan and Shankar, anybody wants to add anything?
I think you can choose, because finally whatever the data you wanted to move to the cloud, you can decide how many data you want to move. Yeah.
So how does a cloud provider ensure data encryption during transmission and at rest? There are three questions. Do you want to take one by one?
Maybe we can share the documents separately, because there are some security related documents which can be shared with the customers or later
There
also.
are questions about what measures are in place to prevent unauthorized access to data. Is the system compliant with the GDPR or other relevant data protection regulations?
Yeah,
Right?
we can share
You
this.
want to add
We can share it in offline. Yeah.
All right. Can the cloud version integrate seamlessly with third-party application and existing ERP systems? I think we can definitely do that. We can include that in our next webinar as well to take you through how it can be done. How does MFA works so that we can prevent from unauthorized users to log into Tally virtual machine?
Okay. So currently we don't have a MFA. It is a dual authentication what we follow. So to access virtual computer, you need to have a Tallynet ID password along with the PIN. So PIN is the username, password, and the PIN. You are the owner. If you are, so you have to maintain it. We don't have a MFA. Multi-factor authentication is not available.
Next question is, can it be accessed via mobile or tab also, or only through desktop?
Yeah, it is recommended to use via desktop, because TallyPrime is still not fully touch-based software. So it requires some kind of keyboard or mouse interaction which is required. So though you can access via browser, via mobile or tab, but still we advise to use it via desktop, because our TallyPrime application is not fully touch friendly.
Yeah. However, Huda, if your need is that you want to access some reports, I think there is a beautiful feature in TallyPrime called Tally Reports in browser, which you can access from anywhere, from mobile or tab, and you can benefit from that. And that doesn't have any dependency on being on cloud or not being on cloud. This TRIB feature is very well available in all the versions. Can we open multiple companies in different browsers or one company in different browsers?
Okay. So once you connect via one specific browser, so that is the user you are accessing it. You cannot open multiple browser using the same user login, right? Once you connected via one specific user in the browser, then you can open any number of companies. There is no restrictions.
I hope we've cleared the question. I'm not sure if we have answered the question, Sarvanan. The question is, can we open multiple companies in different browsers or one company in different browsers? Basically, multiple instances.
I think
Multiple. Go
Gigi,
ahead, Shankar.
we can open 5 instances of Tally in per user. When a user logs in, he can open 5 instances of Tally, which means 5 different companies can be loaded.
And same is possible for single company also on different browsers,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Next question is, if I want 12 users, one multi TallyPrime license is enough. Yeah, TallyPrime Gold license is a multi-user license. Yes, all you need to go for is a multi-user license along with the 12 user pack of cloud access. That's doable. Next question is from Huda. Any log report generated to check user login?
No. Currently, we don't have any users
Log
activity
reports
log.
is not available, but feedback taken, Huda. We'll definitely look into this and get back to you. Will I be charged extra for downloading exports, reports, or uploading documents?
No.
No. Simple answer.
Yeah.
All our existing data will automatically come to the cloud, or we have to upload the details manually. I think you're talking about transferring data from on-premises today to cloud hosting. Does this happen automatically, or they have to do it manually? First time. So I think the first time when we're doing the cloud implementation, our certified partners will definitely help you, assist you get on board, and they will do it for you. And after that, you don't need to worry about it. All our existing data will take, I think it's the same question. Once I start using my Tally Gold user in cloud, then I will not be able to use local system, right? Yeah, we have answered that already. So you need to take a decision. Once you are on cloud access, you are, it's not a hybrid system that you're using anymore. Last question of this whole discussion. Can we use 2 users from cloud by one single user by purchasing 1 TVU? From one single user license, you can only use 1 user. However, 2 accesses can be given. Only one person can use at a time. Anything I missed out, please feel free to add.
You're correct. Basically, it is a floating license when you're buying a 2-user pack. So when one user is not accessing it, other user will get the license. But at any point of time, only one user will get a full license.
Perfect. I'll also probably just share my screen to take everyone through where they can locate TallyPrime Cloud Access from our website. Request admin to please grant me permission to share my screen. So yes, so now if you see, we are in tallysolutions.com/Meena. This is our homepage. And if you see on the homepage, there is a moving ticker banner, which is announcing the availability of TallyPrime Cloud Access. If you click on this link, it will take you to the landing page where you can go through all the details of the TallyPrime Cloud Access, the benefits that you can look at, and just scroll down further. These are 2 options of TallyPrime Pack and TallyPrime Server Pack for big enterprises where the number of users are many and where there is a need for them to have a TallyPrime server as well. They would need a TallyPrime Server Pack as well if they're hosting their TallyPrime on cloud. For businesses who are happily enjoying the benefits of TallyPrime single user or multi-user license without a TallyPrime server, they can just opt for one of the options available for starting from 1 user to 2 user, 4, 6, 8, 12, up to 16 users. And let's say if we select 12 user, just for understanding, you can see what kind of configuration you're getting. You've got 8 vCPUs, you've got 32 GB of RAM, 40 GB of storage, along with 40 GB of backup storage. If you need further details, you can definitely get in touch with our team and we'll be happy to assist you. To make it easier for you, I would want you to first of all get in touch with your own certified partners, your preferred partner, because he would understand your business better than anyone else, and he will be able to guide you best of his knowledge as well. All the certified Tally partners have already been enabled and very well trained on cloud implementation, so don't worry about anything. If you still need any help, please feel free to get in touch with Tally directly, which is at 800 82559. I'm also leaving this number. I'll request my team to leave this number on the chat. 800 82559. or otherwise just please make a note of it, 800-82559, which is also known as 800 Tally. With this, I think we've come to the conclusion. And if you have joined a little late or you would want to go through this session once again, please do not forget to go to Tally's website under the webinar section. There's another webinar we will be doing on 18th of January, which will be a little more detailed webinar. You can go through, you can just register for that, and we'll see you again. Thank you so much for joining us today, and have a wonderful evening.